Okay, welcome to my new episode. Where I am now is not where the episode takes place. This is where I'm editing it. I'm not going to tell you where I am. You can guess. Maybe later on a few more episodes you'll realise where I was. Anyway, this episode is very different. Unfortunately, we got the news that my wife and son had to go home for family reasons. So for 8 or maybe 9 days, it was me, my bike and the journey. I went along the coast from Nha Trang to Hoi An, which is this episode. I then went from Hoi An, Da Nang to Hue. That is all in one episode. And from Hue, I then went to Khe Sanh, and from Khe Sanh up the Ho Chi Minh Road, and then I picked up my family in Ninh Binh. Where I went after that is a mystery, but you'll be able to find out in future episodes. I hope you enjoy this one. Let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye and enjoy. This was the journey. First I hit Tuy Hoa, where I spent a night, and then I headed off further north to Quy Nhon. And when I stayed in Quy Nhon, I stayed for another 2 nights, but I pretty much caught up with my editing, and then I completely missed Quang Ngai. I went around it and missed the main part, but I pulled into Hanoi, and there we are. I got there in the end. I'm in Tuy Hoa, and I thought I'd give you a little view of the square before I leave, because I arrived late last night. I haven't really had a look around, but I thought I'd just let you have a little look while I'm waiting for my breakfast. This is the square, and just over there is the beach. You can just about see it. I haven't been down there because I'll be heading to Quy Nhon not long. But this is a very underrated little city. I've been here before and I really enjoyed it the last time I was here. So worth popping into this place if you're in the area. So this is Tuy Hoa, and I've found a restaurant. It's called the Hoi An around the world, and it literally does do food from around the world. So you can, if you're from anywhere in the world and you're feeling a little bit homesick, want a little bit of the local cuisine from back home, then you can do that here. Come on, thank you. English breakfast in Vietnam. It's been a few days since I've been filming because I've had a few issues. So I've just hammered on, and I've got to Quy Nhon. So got here last night. Going to have some breakfast now. It is a nice place, very nice. I'm sorry I haven't showed you much, but as I said, I've had a few issues. Going to be leaving in an hour or so. I will be getting some footage along the coast here because I know it's going to be very beautiful. It's going to be a long drive. I think maybe 4 hours with no stops, including stops maybe 5.5 hours. But I'm just making sure I get a little bit of breakfast before I go now. Yeah, you'll see some nice footage later on. You'll see what the mid-coast is like. It's absolutely stunning. Pristine beaches. They really look after the environment here. They appreciate the tourism as well, so it's worth popping down there. You'll see later on some drone footage. I've been driving for about an hour now into the journey from Hoi An to Quang Ngai, and it's been countryside all the way, got mountains on both sides, and I seem to be going through some flat valley, if you like, but it's very beautiful. Let's have a look. You can see the mountains in the background, rice paddies and all the local people working on them. So I'm deep in the countryside. This is Bindon, the same province as Hoi An, the same place I've just come from. But yes, it's a very nice place. Just having a break, and then I'm going to be off again. Hopefully in about 1 hour I'll have another update. I'll stop and have another break, and then I'll let you see where I am. Hopefully it'll be somewhere nice. Let's have a look. See you in a bit. Literally like a moonscape here. I don't know what they've burnt, but they've cleared all of this area for some reason, but everywhere else it's just green. Just green forests, hills, mountains behind these hills, and I'll be back along the coast soon as well. But yeah, this is a really nice view. I'm gonna quickly get the drone up and show you exactly what I mean. So have a look at this. So there you go, you can see what I mean. It's very green, very much in the countryside, very hilly. I'm about 2 hours and 10 minutes into my journey. I've got about another hour and 20 minutes to go. Yeah, it's a nice day. The weather's perfect. It's in Vietnam, a perfect day is a cloudy day. You do not want the sun, it burns you like crazy. And you don't want the rain because it's too heavy. So this is just perfect. You can drive feeling cool. You're not going to get too much sunburn. So yeah, my best time of traveling is when it's like this. I don't have to wear my jacket. I can just relax. So very nice journey at the moment. Looking forward to seeing what the next stop brings. We'll have a look next, shall we? Let's continue. See you in a bit. Unfortunately, this is not uncommon. That's one of the bad things of Vietnam. The roads can be very dangerous. You can see what's happened here. A truck has overturned completely and knocked down one of the street lights. Yeah, you can see that it's caused a major disruption. All of the other side has got to now come onto this side. I've no idea how the driver is. Hopefully he's survived and he's okay. But it doesn't look very good. So I've stopped for my final stop, and I'm in Quang Ngai now, Quang Ngai province, and it's very different. It's all flat. I can see the mountains far in the distance, shrouded by the mist, but for the most part it's just all flat rice paddies. So very different to the last province that I was in, which was all forest and hills, mountains. This just very flat. But yeah, my last break, and then 30 more kilometers to go until I get to Quang Ngai city. Here we go, last little bit. So I'm about an hour further into the journey from the last truck that I saw that had crashed. This one has just blown a tyre. You can see that front one just blew up right in front of me at the traffic light as he was pulling off. The rest of his tyres down there somewhere. If you look, you can see it parked up against the sidewall. Very dangerous. Right, I'm driving through Quang Ngai now, and it's a very strange city. I think I've managed to drive around it without going through any city centre. I've been driving along this road now for 5 or 6 kilometres, and as you can see, it's pretty empty. I mean, you can see behind me, there's not much traffic on it. It's very nice, but I've just stopped to take a look at this. But this, look at that. It's a new Buddha that they're building, and it's pretty high. I mean, that's the highest Buddha I've ever seen. And they got the fishing boat on its way down the river. I mean, this river is lovely. So I've come for a closer look. I'm stood below it now, looking directly up, and you can see it's going to be stunning when it's finished. I've no idea how high it is. 100 meters? I don't know, but it's very, very tall. You can't see the rest of the complex, but there's a golden Buddha just further on down here. There's a huge monastery just over the tree line, but I'm going to show you on the drone. So now I'm going to take the drone up and I'll show you exactly how beautiful it looks. Here we go. So here I am on Nha beach, just outside Quang Ngai. It's a lovely beach. Hardly any litter anywhere, which makes a change. Hardly any tourists. And the beach goes on for miles. Beautiful, beautiful surroundings. And the famous round boats of Quang Ngai. No idea how they paddled them. We'll have to have a look at that. A lot quieter than I expected, much quieter. I'm deciding when to continue on to Hoi An. I've still got maybe 3 hours left. Maybe 110 kilometers, so I might decide to go on. I'm not too sure at the moment. There doesn't seem to be a lot here, or I've just missed it all. I'm not quite sure, but I'm on one of the nicest beaches in Quang Ngai, and it is nice, well worth a pop in. If you're a beach lover, you'll like it here. Right, I've debated it for a little while, and I've decided I'm going to head off to Hoi An. There don't seem to be, it's a beautiful beach. If you're into beach holidays with the family, things like that, then yeah, this is somewhere to come. If you like Vietnamese food, there's loads of Vietnamese restaurants all along this front. But there are no tourists. It seems to be quite quiet. It's not for me. I'm not a big fan of Vietnamese food, and I'm not a big beach fan. So I'm going to get to Hoi An. What I do like is good food
good tour sites. I like to have a good look around, have a walk around the city. So yeah, I'm heading off to Hoi An. I should get there around about sunset or just after, but I fully aim to get there and then spend a few nights of just rest, relaxation, and rest my bum. It's getting sore now. I've had a long couple of days, so yeah, it's starting to get a little bit sore. So I'll have 2 or 3 nights in Hanoi. Not Hanoi, Hoi An. I always confuse the two of them. It's okay, I'm just looking at a load of people out in the sea at the moment. I don't know if you can see that. Lots of people who have gone out in the sea together. Maybe some big group. But yeah, very quiet. And I'm going to head off. I'm not going to stop too many times now. I want to make some good time. I'm getting hungry as well, so I might have to just find something to eat along the way. I'll get back to you soon. Hopefully it'll be when I'm in the hotel room or when I'm eating, so we'll see. I had to stop just to say this. Every time I drive around Vietnam, the best roads that you can drive on are these. They're little country lanes, the equivalent to a country lane in the UK. They take you deep into the countryside. You get to see local people, real, genuine Vietnamese people. You get so many smiles because they're not used to seeing foreigners. It's a really enjoyable journey. So whenever you're travelling through Vietnam, avoid those freeways like the plague. They're the worst roads to travel on. I'll show you all of the routes that I take. But the majority of the routes are in the countryside, and I go through some amazing villages. Lots of smiles, lots of people. They want to stop and chat and practice their broken English. So it's genuinely a lot of fun, and it makes the trip more special as well. I mean, I know that when I get to the north, the people, they change. So you've got predominantly kin on the east coast, like different ethnicities these are. So when I get to the north, there'll be many more different ethnicities, different languages, different customs and traditions. But you don't realise how much you enjoy meeting the people before you plan a trip like this. You think of Halong Bay, Sapa and all of those beautiful tourist spots, and you don't think so much about the people. You hear that they're friendly and very hospitable, but when you get to travel through Vietnam, you really get to see how genuine people are. And I love meeting the different varieties of Vietnamese people. It's a fun trip. I better get going because I'm still quite away from Hoi An, and I've got a lot of countryside to get through. So this is what I'm going through. Beautiful, untouched agricultural land. No modern buildings, just as it was 50 years ago, 100 years ago. Maybe the houses have changed a little bit. A beautiful place. This is the reason I come to An Bang in Hoi An, purely to have this nice English breakfast. to Hanoi, no, Hoi An even. I've just had something to eat and Bang Weavers, a very good breakfast. Now I'm going to go and look for a hotel and then chill out, relax for the evening. It's getting late now. I think it's about 7 o'clock, something like that. But good day. Got somewhere nice now where I can chill out. See you in the hotel room. Well, so this is my room. I've got my football on, chilling out, watching a bit of the football. It seems to be a never-ending thing. Every time I get to a hotel, I've got to just charge everything up. So again, I'm charging things, getting everything ready for tomorrow. Although I don't have to travel tomorrow, so that's a relief. Again, charging things over here. Got all of my things over here. Looking a little bit messy, but that's all ready to be packed up. I'm only in this hotel room for one night. And then after tonight, I'm going to move into Hoi An. But this is what it looks like outside. So this is the Anbang walking street. Right next to the beach. So just the other side of those houses there, on the other side of the street, there's another street and then it's the beach. Very relaxing, chilled out. Now it's time for me to go to sleep, so I'm going to get ready for bed, watch a little bit more football, and then I'm going to call it a night. So I'll see everybody else in the morning. Sleep well. I know I will.